Hey Pisces, it's Dr. V. Welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry that it's taken forever to get these videos put out. But my energy has been kind of wonky with everything that's going on in the world, and I've got to be mindful and take care of that. So either way, here's your love forecast for June 2020. As always, keep in mind that not all readings will resonate with everyone, so be sure to check your moon and rising sign as well. Okay. Thank you for your support, for all your comments, your shares, your likes. I really appreciate it. Y'all are the best. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay. Your overall love situation. I loved Temperance. Temperance is one of my favorite cards in another one of my decks, and I don't have it close by to show you, but I think it's John Holland's Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Temperance is depicted as a masculine energy and a feminine energy merging together into one. So temperance really is about connecting your masculine and feminine energy and merging them together into one full expression. This can also be representative of a Sagittarius. If you have a Sag in your life, that if your love interest is Sagittarius or has strong Sagittarius in their chart, that could be indicated here. It could also indicate you. You might have Sagittarius in your chart, so you'd kind of read the energies as it makes sense for your situation. But this card is really about I see this as sort of a divine union, a coming together, a healing, a wholeness merging together with your masculine and feminine energies, really becoming whole in yourself in ways that you haven't in the past. That's going to really sorry about that, I got interrupted. But this energy is really about bringing those and merging those masculine and feminine energies together, becoming whole within yourself. It's also about coming to a space of peace after you've gone through some struggle. Okay, this is a card of really finding that peace and equanimity in yourself and in your soul that helps you to move forward in your life. And this card can also be about moderation. You might have tendencies and have gotten into relationships and things in the past where you were out of balance, where you didn't have that sense of moderation, where you just kind of went balls to the wall and were really hurt and lost a lot in the process. And now you're learning how to take things slowly and how to be patient and how to allow things to unfold in their own time without attaching an agenda or a certain thing that you want to it. This is really about working to not to just jump in feet first. I think that sometimes it's okay to do that, but sometimes we have to really pay attention to what we're getting involved in and what we're doing, and whether it's serving us, whether it's not serving us. Those are the things that we have to really be conscious and mature about. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. This is just, and also about this card also is saying not having necessarily like a drama-filled love life, right? That's what I mean about like the peacefulness and whatnot. It's like sometimes people feel like the only way that it's love is if it's like dramatic and exciting, and it's like all of these things, right? Like we grew up on rom-coms where it was all this unrealistic relationship stuff, and now you're starting to understand that maybe that's not exactly what you want. Maybe you want something that's a little more stable and peaceful instead of like the ups and downs and the highs and lows that come with this kind of with relationships that you tend to jump into too quickly. I love this. Okay, the challenges for your situation right now is the world card. This is like I love this. This is one of my favorite decks. This is a melanated classic tarot. But this card is like one of my favorites in this deck. And why this is a challenge is I really feel like this is about, like, you have to allow yourself the space to have this brand new start. Letting something come to an end, bringing honorable closure to a situation that you've been dealing with, whether it's a love, like a relationship, a romantic connection, a belief system, something along those lines. It's like time to bring it to an end, bring it to get some closure in that, and allow yourself to have a new beginning. There's something that wants to end and a new beginning, right? Then this is the World card is one of the best, because it's like, if you can allow this to happen, if you can surrender and open yourself to the energy of fresh starts and new beginnings, the World card is like having a series of good luck. It's like not just having um, a moment or a week of good luck and auspiciousness. This is like having a period of time, months on end, even, of having really good luck. And that's it's what's you just have to open to it. You have to let something close, let something end. And when you do that, when you release whatever it is that you're holding on to and allow yourself to open up to something new, things are going to shift for you really dramatically. Like, I feel like what you're hoping for, what you've been working on, what you've been manifesting, is just right around the corner. You've gotten 3 major arcana already. So you're going through it, Pisces. Okay, you're just going through it. In the past, there's the Devil card, codependence, addiction, which is really great because Temperance is also saying, like, coming into balance. Temperance can be if you have codependent tendencies or addictions, things like that, in your past. Like here, the Temperance is saying that you've gotten balanced in that you've really worked hard to overcome these behaviors and these situations that were that you were chained to. So you've been really doing some work here. You've been really working hard to liberate yourself from whatever, and it feels a lot like behavioral patterns that show up in relationships, and that you've realized that, and you've been working really hard to beat that. And so I love seeing that this is in the past. This can also be a Scorpio, and so if you've dealt with this, I'm sorry, not a Scorpio, Capricorn. If you dealt with the Capricorn, then that can also be something that you've been letting go of in the past and moving towards something new. The reason for all of this, I love this. This card came in the reverse, and came out in the reverse. I don't read reversals in this particular spread, but I'll tell you the energy of it, just so you can kind of see. This 7 of Swords is like the thief in the night. This is like somebody who they dip in, they dip out. They're not acting in integrity. They're not being honest. This is like the player type. This is the person that cheats and lies and does whatever they can to get whatever they want. Everything that you've gone through has been about teaching you to recognize and how to avoid and how to not get caught up with that kind of behavior. You have dealt with this in the past. You've probably dealt with people who cheated and who were like players in the past. And you may have been wondering, like, why did I go through all of this? And what was all of this for? And what was the higher, like, what was the point? Like, what was the divine, the cosmos trying to teach me through this? And with this card here, it's like, so you can understand when somebody's intentions are not pure, and that you can see things for what they are instead of seeing them like through a fantasy lens of what you want them to be. So you're no longer going to be caught up or caught blind. Sorry, that's ableist. Caught without seeing this. You're going to recognize it, you're going to see it, and you're going to be able to make decisions to move away from it. And that's why you've gone through all of this. Like, Spirit's whole purpose was like, let's get you out of this situation and moving into something different, so that you're not constantly dealing with the same shit all the time. That you're no longer going to be caught up with this type of energy. In the near future, you have the 5 of Swords. This one also came out in reverse, and the reverse of this is essentially like the end of conflict. And so any conflict, anything that's been lingering, I feel like, especially if it's related to this, is coming to a conclusion. It's coming to an end. Like, you're just going to be like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to have these discussions. You're just going to start cutting people and cutting things out that don't serve you. And it's not out of a space of like anger anger or vengeance or anything like that. It's literally just you being like, you know what, I don't want to fight. I don't want to have conflict. I like having this peace. I like having the balance in my energy and in my home and in my world. And so if somebody comes in with this area, with this energy, you're just gonna be like, cool, I'm out, I'm done. And that is a really smart place to be. It's a really powerful place to be as well. So um, what they're saying is that in the future you're moving into a space where you're just not going to let anyone disturb your peace. um, and if you've been in a situation where there's a lot of conflict, if you've had this in the past and then you move into a place where there's peace, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. um, when I left my home state a few years back and moved somewhere else, and I moved away from like a lot of conflict situations, there was a lot that was going on. And I remember the first night that my kiddos were in bed, the dogs were in their kennel, and I was just sitting in our new house in Northern California, and just a sense of peace that just washed over me, and I was like, okay, this is good. Like, this is really, really good. And that's what you're looking for, and that's what you're finding, you found. And you're not going to let anything disturb that again. Like, you're going to guardly, that is not even a word, fiercely guard your peace and your and your life and your love, right? You're not going to let drama come into your love life. You're not going to get into the old games and all of that stuff. Like, any of that stuff, no more. You're like, I want peace, I want wholeness, and that's what I'm going for, and that's what I'm having. And I love that, because it feels like your next love relationship is going to be very grounded in that, and in peace and harmony and stability. And not that it's going to be entirely conflict free, because nothing ever is. We always have our challenges, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be like fighting just for the sake of fighting. Love it. So any blocks that you might be experiencing right now are really about letting yourself move forward. This message has come through twice. Right now, what they're saying to me is that you're kind of holding yourself back. Whether it's by holding on to something from the past that needs to be let go, whether it's by not releasing a situation that needs to be let go. Right now, what's blocked is forward movement and these arrows of love. So what's interesting is that I'm seeing this here. It's like, once you do the thing that you've known that you need to do, whatever it is, right? It could be ending a toxic relationship. It could be cutting off that toxic friend. It could be quitting substance, something along those lines. Anything that you've struggled with, once you let that go, once you shut it down, it's like you just go shooting out the gate. It's like powerful forward motion, and you're moving toward what you want and what you deserve. So whatever the thing that you've been guided to, because they're telling me that you've already known this, like you've been hearing this, like you need to do this, you need to do that, and once you do it, you're going to be like, things are going to open up and you're going to move like forward really quickly. Whatever that thing is, when you do it, that's what's going to happen. So about your significant other, oh my God, this is a gorgeous reading. This person, the person that you are calling into your existence, or is already in your existence, they want the same thing. They want union, they want harmony. Some readers consider this like a twin flame union card. I don't really believe in the whole twin flame concept anymore. You can read some of my old articles if you want more about that. But I do believe in soul connections, and I feel like this person is definitely a soul connection, and they want the same thing that you want. They want to have harmony. They want to, this is like a marriage. This is a marriage ritual that's happening here, and the person that you're calling in or with or is coming in, that they want the same thing. It doesn't necessarily mean traditional marriage if that's not your thing. It could just be like a spiritual union, and that's what they're looking for too, and I love it. It's also very passionate. We have a lot of wands here. That's a lot of passionate sexual energy. Influences, we have the Hermit. That's another major arcana. Like, you are having, your energy this month is intense. That's representative of Virgo, and so you could be dealing with a Virgo, and that may be in your influences. If you're listening to this, I'm a Virgo, and obviously that's some influence. But the outside, what I'm seeing here is about your energy. the influence is like spirit is telling you to go within, right? To find the answers that you need within. You have everything that you need already. Like when you were born into this earth, into this experience, you already had everything that you needed. It's all there. You just have to find it. And how do you uncover those jewels of wisdom that live within you? By going within, right? Mining the soil of your soul. And when you do that, you're going to find everything that it is that you're looking for. And what they're saying is that it's like that Rumi quote, like your task is not to seek for love, but only to find the barriers within you to love. That's what they're saying. Go within, find those, any barriers that you have that you're blocking out love, any misperceptions, any unforgiveness, anything that's in there. And when you do that, you're going to really start to see things moving forward in a beautiful way. The advice, you've been stuck not making a decision about something. This card is about really not making a decision because you don't know what to do. With the advice, when it shows up in that advice position, it's saying you've got to make a choice. The moment that you decide, you will be able to move forward, right? There's what's his name, Paulo Coelho, right? The author of The Alchemist, amazing author, one of my favorites actually. In The Alchemist, he says, when you make a decision, the entire universe lines up to support you. And so part of what is happening and part of what you're being guided to do is make a decision. Choose what it is that you want to go forward. Set your intentions, write them down, start praying about it. Make the decision to leave behind something and move towards something else. And I'm telling you, like I can see it's like legions of angels and support shows up to help you, to help move you forward. And so don't be the only thing holding yourself back right now, okay? Um, because this has the potential, the situation that you are dealing with has the potential to be the fulfillment of like a fantasy, like a dream come true. This card is about fantasy and illusions and things like that. And it's also about a dream come true, like wishes coming true, the thing that you've wanted, the thing that you've been dreaming about, the thing that you've been hoping for, maybe even not consciously hoping for. Maybe it was just like a what is the Cinderella? A dream is a wish the heart makes. Maybe it was just a dream that your heart wish that your heart made, and you didn't even realize it. But this is like you're not gonna you're no longer gonna go into situations where you like fall in love with the idea of a person or the idea of being in love, but that you're actually gonna have the real tangible experience of love that's stable, that's safe, that doesn't have all the ups and downs, that doesn't have all of the, you know, romantic comedy drama that we are so accustomed to in our culture. Rather, you're going to have that grounded, authentic, powerful union that you want by simply making the decision to move toward authentic love and that type of energy, and allowing yourself the beauty, the gift of this experience. I mean, it is really a gift that you're giving yourself, to have not the love that's a fantasy, that's an illusion, that's something that you're always chasing, but the love that actually exists in your reality and lives, wants to be made manifest in your world. That's what they're saying. So I hope that this reading was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Take care. Bye.